Okay. It is starting, or it is started. So, hello, Patreon supporters. What you doing,
I,
Jen?
I was like, let me get my bookshelf. Wait a minute. My bookshelf. So you think I'm educated and well read.
Yes,
And
I have one behind me too, but it's full of toys.
I
So,
was about to say, if you look close, well, God, it's like stage right, stage left. It's never the real one. If you look kind of close, you'd notice like there's a bunch of kid books there. So I'm
yeah.
not quite as well read as I would pretend to be. But yeah. Hey, Patreons.
Hi. So, we're
Hi.
just, for once in our lives, all of our equipment is working at one time. So, we thought
Yay.
we would take this opportunity to do a special video or whatever. We're about to start recording the first episode of Back in Crime, the new series. Yay, about historical crimes. Um,
And please notice my lovely um, son's headsets. They're the only ones that I found that fit my head. Like
Podcasting
Lindsay
is
is over there.
glamorous.
It is. So like Lindsay's over there with like some high tech ear things and like high tech stuff. And I'm like,
Man, these were 20
I
bucks.
have
These are Jacob's gaming headphones. He uses these for his YouTube channel.
again, you're talking and I can't hear you with my headset.
I keep doing that. I'm just like conversing. Jen's like on the other side of the house. Anyway, so yeah, we're about to start Back in Crime.
And
Uh,
this is going to be probably, we say this every time, but this is a super exciting series.
can I
This,
be
for
honest?
us,
I really think I'm the most excited about this one.
really, I am
I
too, because we have a theme, but we're like, we can go if any way we want to. Like,
yes,
Cold Case was really cool, but we can do solved ones, unsolved ones, missing ones. It just has to
yeah.
be old.
Some of these will be murder, some will be non-murder because it's historical. So, Alicia, who's one of our patrons, she told us that the definition is 50 years or older, but of course we were talking about just general things that shape history, whether it's recent or things that influence culture as a
Mhm.
whole. So it's cool, and these stories are so fascinating. Like I got so into the Great Escape and the Maze Prison, and that's when I knew I was like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
So
Just, because you're Patreons, you get the heads up. I'm working on a bunch of skiers in Russia that are,
ah,
you'll hear in a
see,
few weeks. So they are absolutely, it's a tremendous story. They're going up into these mountains, they disappear. You've got all these clues, but it happened in the 1950s. So there's really not much that they can do about it. And the
yeah,
theories that are coming out of it is just absolutely amazing. And
it's a
I'm
good one.
hoping that it comes across just as an amazing story, just like us researching it, because there's movies about it, there's
Yeah.
YouTubes that I will research so I can find out how to pronounce these Russian names.
I better get on that too. Oh well.
Yeah.
But the first one, which we are about to record, and we will keep the video going for at least part of it just to give you guys a sneak peek. But the one that we are going to record first and foremost is the story of the theft of the Mona Lisa, which I didn't even know there was a theft of the Mona Lisa.
So when Lindsay sent this to me, I was like, I've got to reread the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I
Which
mean, I've
is
read it like a few times, but I need to reread it again.
I didn't realize, I mean, everybody knows what the Mona Lisa is, but this story tells you why everybody knows what it is. So I'm pretty excited about it. So with that said, you want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah,
Yeah?
let me
Okay.
pull up
We'll
our
let them in
equipment.
on the first few minutes of it. Give them a little sneak peek.
They'd be like, "Really, y'all are really this unprofessional?"
Oh, absolutely.
We've got our oh crap, I
We're
gotta
the
get the
worst.
outline pulled up. Hold on, please.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I got it.
You got
All
it?
right, hitting
Oh,
record
wait, wait,
and
wait. Okay. Hold. Okay.
you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
I'm like trying to be the hype man. Didn't even know that existed the other day until someone said so. All right, in three, two, one, go.
Hey, turn your gain up real quick. One, two. I'm turning mine up to 4.
everyone, this is Jen,
And this is Lindsay.
and welcome back to Corpus Delicti. We are introducing a brand new series tonight. It is called
Back in Crime. So we are
Bum Ba Da
going
Bum,
to be hopping into our true crime time machine and
or
taking
the
a look,
DeLorean,
or the DeLorean, or the TARDIS, whatever your time traveling devices are.
or
Um,
books,
huh?
or books.
Or
Gotta
books,
go old
yes.
school.
History
I do
books.
books.
And we are going to be looking into historical crimes. Now, I think we said on the last episode, our definition of historical crimes is broad because technically,
Very.
technically it's 50 years or older. But of course, we also wanted to include things that have a like a cultural influence or a heavy, historical presence. So,
Now, I thought about this, and I have determined my own theory of what is historical.
okay.
So it is going to be that any time in the past where if you were to go to a theater, it would, one, not exist, or two, they'd be showing at least black and white movies. Anything in Technicolor and beyond, not historical.
Technicolor. But with that said, we're pretty excited about this. We've got some really great cases lined up, and it's just hopefully you'll learn something throughout the process. I already have.
Or if
So
not, have a few giggles along the way.
you bet. We're always up for giggles. So let's get started with our first story from our Back in Crime series, which is
The theft of the Mona Lisa. So,
Ooh.
for all of you intrigued conspiracy theorists, this is the case for you. It's definitely probably a true crime genre without a murder. So, this is going, or does it have a murder?
It does not have a murder. It does not have a
Ooh,
murder.
so y'all are in for a nice treat.
Yes.
So, let's give you a little bit of a background about this. Now, this was first written by Victorian-era writer Walter Pater, and he is quoted saying, or writing, I guess he wouldn't have said it if it's written down in a book. We all know the face and the hands of the figure, set in its marble chair in the circle of fantastic rocks, as in some faint light under the sea, perhaps of all ancient pictures timed as chilled at least. The presence that thus rose so strangely beside the waters, so expressive of what the ways of 1,000-year men had come to desire. Hers is the head upon which all ends of the world are come, and the eyelids were little weary. It is a beauty wrought out from within upon the flesh, the deposit, little cell by cell, of strange thoughts and fantastic reveries and exquisite passions. Set for a moment beside one of those white Greek goddess or beautiful women of antiquity, and how would they be troubled by this beauty, into which the soul of all the miladies are passed?
So essentially,
That is so pretty.
This is just a quote about this poet talking about how beautiful the Mona Lisa painting is and what she
That's going to be on my
represents.
tombstone.
And yeah. So you can tell it was written a while ago because, of course, the painting was done a while ago. But it's just talking about the intrigue and the beauty of this painting. So let's talk a little bit about the history of the Mona Lisa. So when anyone thinks of art, it's probably the Mona Lisa is one of the first things you think of. Again, like we said, everybody's heard of it. You know what we're talking about, I'm sure, but if not, we'll have a picture up. But it's one of the iconic symbols of art. So it is known as the most famous painting in the world, and it's also the most debated painting in the world because for a time, people didn't know who she was. There's a time frame of when it's estimated to be painted, but it's not exact. And then there's a lot of symbolism that people see in the pictures. So what did she signify? And another big question surrounding the Mona Lisa that I find kind of funny is why doesn't she have eyebrows? And
He ran out of paint.
he ran out of paint. Some say that at this time that it was kind of unsightly for women to have eyebrows, so she may have plucked them. But others say that traces of eyebrows can be found if you put it under a microscope that made them think that they faded off with time, or maybe it happened while the painting was being cleaned. So
So when you think about the Mona Lisa, you may not have always known it as it was. Originally, it was known in Italy as the
La
La
Gioconda.
La Gioconda.
Yep.
Learn something new. Now, Gioconda means
Jocund.
seriously. You're gonna put those type of words in my
Hey,
segment.
I'm not Italian. You're Italian.
I am not Italian. I am Spaniard, French, and German.
Same thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm all things white and pale, okay?
That was
So
Lindsay, not Jennifer. Please send all hate mail to lindsay.boyusef at corpusdelicti@yahoo.
that's a long email address. Okay, I'll
Good
go
luck
ahead
on
and
that.
stop the video because if it's too long, it'll take up my whole computer. All right, patrons, we're going to continue on with our recording. We will talk to you soon. Love you lots. Bye.